I hear only about 18% of you are taking advantage of one of the only benefits that you have access to before you retire. I'm talking about your VA home loan benefits. So if you're an eligible service member that's active duty, a veteran, reserve, or guard, or in some cases even spouses, you have something called VA eligibility. Essentially, that eligibility gets you access to VA home loan benefits. The VA home loan program is designed to make home ownership more attainable for you by giving you some key benefits, such as 0 down payment required, more lenient qualification standards from lenders, and more competitive interest rates compared to some other loan programs. If you've not purchased a home before, it can be scary and there can be a lot of unknowns. So I wanted to share a little bit about my husband and I's journey to home ownership and how we used his VA entitlement, and we're reaping the benefits of that. So it started back in 2016. We were at Barksdale, Louisiana, because that was his first base, and he had just received orders to J-Bear, which is in Anchorage, Alaska. So going all the way from Louisiana to Alaska, my goodness, that's a huge change. One of the first things that we did was look at housing options. Do we live on base? Do we rent? Do we try to purchase off base? First thing that we did was we talked to some friends that lived up there. We talked to family members, and the general consensus was that we needed to live on base, not only for safety reasons, but also for monetary reasons. And we were young, we just took that and we trusted them. And then we decided, let's do our own research. So I joined a couple Facebook groups for the local area, and I got connected with a real estate agent in the area. And she was very much a no pressure kind of agent. She just gave me some market information, local resources, and some information about the VA home loan. Little by little, we started realizing that home ownership might actually be attainable for us. So we were kind of excited. And when we were still in Louisiana when we were shopping in Alaska. And so we did everything completely sight unseen because it was our first home ownership experience. It was kind of like this blind trust, blind faith in our real estate agent. And it ended up working out perfectly, thank goodness. But ultimately, we went into it knowing that we were going to purchase something that was under budget, something that meant just our basic minimum requirements, maybe something that needed a little bit of work. And that's what we did. So the home that we chose was not our forever home, and that's okay. It was still a beautiful property, needed some updates, and it had these hideous blue blinds, my goodness. And then, we stayed there for 4 years, and after 4 years, we were like, well, do we rent it or do we sell it? And we were set to move right as COVID was becoming a thing, and nobody knew what the market was gonna do. And regretfully, we ended up selling it because at the time we felt like that was the best decision. Well, you should have rented, but that's in the past. We still realized a profit from that sale, and we were able to put some of the proceeds in our savings account and then some of the proceeds towards the purchase of our next home. However, we still used the VA home loan to purchase our next home, and we could have done it with 0 down. Again, we purchased under budget, something that met the minimum requirements and something that needed a little bit of elbow grease to get it up to par. And then that one, we knew that we wanted to sell that one when we moved, and we're super grateful that we did. And then now we're in our 3rd home, and we did the same thing. We put a little bit of that profit from the last sale into savings, and then a little bit into the purchase of this home. But again, we could have purchased with the VA home loan using 0 down. And so we also had the same mentality of let's just buy something that meets minimum requirements and is under budget. And that helps because My husband also gets his BAH allowance, and so when we're buying something under that BAH, we can afford utilities more comfortably or even have some extra spending money each month. Now this home, we have every intention of renting it out when we leave here, and when he does eventually get orders to our next base, we're gonna go in with the same mindset of get something under budget and something that needs a little bit of work. Now, even though we'll hold on to this home with our VA home loan, we'll still be able to use our VA home loan at our next location. We may or may not be able to do it with zero down depending on how much entitlement he has left over, but I'm thinking he's got enough that we can do zero down if we wanted to. And our ultimate goal is after his 20+ year military career, we'll have 2 to 3, maybe even 4 properties that we can either continue renting out to build equity, or we can go ahead and sell them if we feel like the market is telling us it's time. And then we can use the profit from all of those sales to go towards our dream home. We would love to build a home. We have the floor plan already drawn up, but being able to spend a little bit more money to get exactly what we want with all those beautiful finishes. And even on a custom build, you can still use your VA home loan. I'm so excited. Anyway, thanks for listening, a little bit of our journey, and I hope that you can take something away to apply to your own journey, because ultimately I want you to utilize the VA home loan for your own financial stability in your future. All right, my name is Jessica Henriksen. I'm a real estate agent here at Tyndall Air Force Base, and if you have any questions about your VA home loan benefits or are thinking of making a purchase at your next base, give me a shout and I'll answer any questions as I can. All right, bye.